Hey there, curious minds. Ever wondered why the Federal Reserve seems to be playing it cool despite inflation edging towards the 2% mark? It's like expecting a party when the music's bumping, but the dance floor remains empty. Join me on this journey as we unravel the mysteries behind the Fed's reluctance to hit the rate cut button. Trust us, the answers might just surprise you. But before that, please subscribe to our channel because it helps the algorithm. When will the Fed finally ease up on interest rates? From Wall Street moguls to Main Street shoppers, the air is thick with anticipation, eager for a break on interest rates. With inflation stabilizing near the Fed's 2% target, isn't it high time to start cutting interest rates to relieve the heavy burden on borrowers? Americans eagerly await rate cuts, yet the Fed is tapping the brakes. But why the wait? A question every American with a loan wants answered. Good people, the Fed's short answer: hold your horses. While inflation seems tamed and the economy chugs along, the Fed isn't pulling the trigger just yet. Why? Fear of reigniting the inflation inferno. Fed officials want further proof that inflation has been conquered before pulling the trigger. Burned before by premature rate cuts that reignited inflation, they are wary of another roller coaster ride. As Fed Richmond President Tom Barkin noted, inflation seemingly tamed in 1986 enticed the Fed to cut rates, but prices then resurged the next year. "I would love to avoid that roller coaster if we can," Barkin said. Several Fed policymakers think the still sturdy economy can thrive a bit longer without rate cuts as inflation continues to cool. However, the risks of high rates linger. Prolonged borrowing cost burdens could curb spending and investment, eventually weakening the economy toward recession. By May or June, the Fed will likely start making small rate cuts. But recent resilient economic data has sparked talk of a no-landing scenario. Strong, lasting growth threatens to keep inflation uncomfortably high for longer, possibly compelling extended higher rates. Fed Chair Jerome Powell cautioned about the still elevated inflation risks from buoyant activity. "I think that is a risk," he said, "that inflation would accelerate. Avoiding this may necessitate caution on rate cuts." So while the Fed aims to delicately balance risks, priority one remains conquering inflation. Premature rate relief could otherwise mean a rerun of the volatile 1980s rate roller coaster. And that's a ride most would rather avoid.